in the past has been a standing start, and she goes around her mobile on Tuesday, so if she doesn't kick off tonight and do things right, there'll be one to follow. But is she one of those horses that you think once she's underway, she's pretty safe?
Yeah, the trials the other day, she was a little bit antsy around at the start, but once she got into her stride, it felt like she was pretty good and she wasn't going to do anything wrong. So it's always a different race. You never know what's going to happen, and as you say, she has done things wrong before, but hopefully we get round safe and get her things doing right, and it'll be all good.
Zach Butcher with his thoughts on Dragon Lady, now trained by Andrew Grant, formerly trained by Robbie Holmes. Yeah, she's got ability, this mare. Manners let her down the past, but she worked up quite nicely here on a Saturday a couple of weeks ago, and I think she's a chance of putting in your quaddie tonight at good money. You look at the form line, you'd say no. 0900 and then a spell. Doesn't inspire you to dash to the TAB to take a quaddie, but I tell you what, she's got ability, and that's why a form line is 36 starts. Sticky takes the drive, last start winner. This is what Josh had to say about this filly. Josh in race number 7, Katie Ellen Castle, nice maiden winner last start. Steps up to the C1s tonight, but did the job pretty well last start.
Yeah, she did. I was very impressed with her. She'd really put her best foot forward over the week or two before that. Her workouts on the Saturday before that was really nice, and she's really putting her hand up to go the right way. And we do have a wee opinion of this horse over beating Prime Power, so that's a huge ask. But I'm sure this horse is one to follow, and keep following your money on her, definitely.
It's Josh's thoughts on the filly by Quite Easy. Yeah, she was quite a nice start winner, as he say. Steps up in grade, though, tonight out of maidens. And when you go 2:58 for 2,200, they're more than likely going to trot 54 here, or quicker than that. You've got to find 4 seconds. Is she capable of doing that? I think she is, but it is a big ask taking on horses, the likes of Rare Opportunity, that's won 5, and of course Sunny Vacation, and it's now or never. These horses all won 2 and 3 races. Dragon Lady, of course, Jasinski's won 4 and downgraded, so it's a big test from maidens to C1s. I put Jasinski on top to beat Tibjorn because manners are the key with him. This one trained by, of course, Richard Brosnan. Peter Ferguson takes to drive for long time only Booney Lim. Tibjorn's always a winning chance over the 2,200 metres. Manners are great with him. I thought Tarn, if you're looking for one outside the square in your quaddie, great when running second here behind Sunny Vacation. Last start, things just didn't play out too well behind B Senior. Todd McFarlane takes the drive for Murray Edmonds, so Tarn, one to include along with Dragon Lady. 8, 9, 6 and 10 for me in the first leg of the quaddie. If you're playing into the second leg, I thought Gold Elite was great when running second behind Steeler Light in a good time. Millie Sampson, Josh Dickey give it a bit of a push, so punters in the quaddie, horse number 4 and Better Romance off the front. Thought they were top 3 chances. In the third leg, I like Kippenberger at longer odds, horse 7. Horse that's been racing the likes of Spirit Desire and some good fields. Gets in this race very well under the conditions. He's a C5 horse in a 2-5 win field. Thought God forbid from barrier 2, and I thought the likely leader was Chief Thundercloud. So 2, 5 and 7 in the third leg. In the last leg, well, it's a maiden field. You might need 2 or 3, but I do like the 2 Tony Grayling runners. Sky Art, the full brother to Sky Major, goes good. Bryden Ideal's a big bloke. I think he's need a bit of time, but he's best roughie in that race at about $11 on the fixed odds. And Major Classic for Jeff Small, I think, will open favourite in the last. So that's my short quaddie preview of the last 4 races. Aaron White, as I come to you a minute out from race number 7 tonight. Very open trot field here. Which way are you leaning?
Oh, in the way of the 8s, that being Jasinski coming off that very good third and behind Our Dainty Lady. So back into this company certainly does rate highly. Luck Chin off the 10 metres. We've put in the 14, Rare Opportunity. Was a very good workout winner over Prime Power last Saturday there at Cambridge. The 12, Sunny Vacation. Manners will be key around him, Tony Hurley. And number 3, Ivanov, the stablemate of Jasinski. Continues to race well, 2,200 metres. He certainly does like to get out in front and roll along, and expect him to be doing that tonight here too. Ross Painter. 8, 14, 12 and 3 Craig, and a special mention too to our good friend David Branch. This is good luck to David heading off there, and he certainly has been a great help over the years here at Alexandra Park, keeping us up to date with all the happenings here, and will be sorely missed, that's for sure.
Yeah, thanks for that, Aaron. I was going to mention that, David Branch having his last drive. He actually told me last week was going to be his last drive. He said, I've come out of retirement. It lasted about 5 days to drive here tonight. He won't be driving next week, but he's on a plane on Monday, and he'll be sorely missed at the Auckland Trotting Club. Of course, instrumental in getting this website, alexpark.co.nz, underway. And, of course, It's been outstanding. They've got race sectional times on there, interviews with or profiles with drivers. It's got streaming there of races 30 minutes after the races. And yeah, get on to alexpark.co.nz. Wonderful innovation. And good luck to David Branch on his OE. Here's Aaron's call on the first leg of the quaddie tonight.
Thanks, Craig. Barrier Strands release at the 2200. And they're off and trotting in the Ball Brothers handicap trot, and coming out strongly Ivanov on the outside of Kip Kano, 3 or 4 lengths away. Tarn's underway safely, as to Tourbillon. They're followed by Jasinski to its inside, Katie Ellen Castle. Then came It's Now or Never. Back in the field is Equilay, back with those two, Sea Spray Cracker. 2 lengths away in the field then to Sunny Vacation, and on its back is Rare Opportunity, and to their inside Dragon Lady. So all the square gators down and trotting, 1800 left to go as they find the back straight, and the leader is Ivanov, a length and a half, Kip Kano. Here's Jasinski, she's making her move around the outside, and she'll try and get the lead off her stable mate. So get down to the 1600 metres. It's Now or Never's coming forward 3 wide, and Tarn now soon to be 4 back against the pegs. Katie Ellen Castleton to the 1-1, tracked up by Equilay. Tourbillon to its inside. There followed Sea Spray Cracker. Back in the field, Dragon Lady. Back second last is Sunny Vacation, and 2 lengths away to Rare Opportunity. 51 and 2 the lead time as they sweep across the showgrounds turn, and Jasinski in front. Leads by a length and a quarter up on the outside. It's Now or Never, David Branch doing it tough out parked, and Ivanov is trailing. Kip Kano 3 back on the inside. Katie Ellen Castleton, Joshua Dickey has the 1-1. Equilay's on her back, and back on the inside is Tarn, bottled up 4 back on the inside as they work down to the Judge Bell, and 1 to go. Sea Spray Crackers in the running line, 4 back, then Tourbillon a length to her inside. Up on its outside was Sunny Vacation and Tony Hurley. Back in the field there too now was Dragon Lady, and back last a Rare Opportunity being patiently handled. The first quarter in 32.7. 800 left to go. Ball Brothers handicap trot. 31 the second quarter. Jasinski into the back over It's Now or Never, and Ivanov. Katie Ellen Castleton 1-1. Kip Kano 3 back on the inside. Then Equilay and Tarn racing together. Sea Spray Crackers racing on the outside of Tourbillon. Taking off now is Sunny Vacation. Dragon Lady trying to get onto its back, and just trying to hold it in. Rare Opportunity off the back they come. Jasinski, she's full of running, a length and a half. Stablemate Ivanov. Katie Ellen Castleton springs out of the 1-1 as It's Now or Never's cried enough. Back on the inside, Kip Kano. Tarn's got away from the inside. He starts a run 3 wide. Further back in the field is Equilay, and Tourbillon looking for inside routes for home. Homeward bound Jasinski, the quarter down the back, and 30.6 over Ivanov. Katie Ellen Castleton. Tourbillon's running on. Tarn and Sea Spray Cracker down the outside. Jasinski in front over Ivanov. It's going to be a Luchin Quinella. Jasinski's in. Jasinski beats Ivanov. Big run. Sea Spray Cracker up for third. They were followed Kip Kano, Tourbillon and Dragon Lady. Nice run. She's nominated down at Cambridge on Tuesday. Might have a sneaky look at her. They were followed by Katie Ellen Castleton. Further back in the field, Rare Opportunity and Tarn. Further back in the field then Sunny Vacation, Equilay, and It's Now or Never to be the last. 29 and 6, 255.3. We'll trim that up a little wee bit with the 10-metre handicap of Jasinski. Back into this grade, she found the lead. She dominated from there. Luchin, Ivanov and Ross Painter to make it a Quinella for the Tamaheri trainer. And Sea Spray Crack, a very nice first up run at Alexandra Park. Then a blanket in behind. Kip Kano was there. Tourbillon was there. And look at Dragon Lady getting home nicely on the inside. Ball Brothers handicap trot, 2200 metres nicely to number 8, Jasinski.
Official placings, race 7, the Ball Brothers handicap trot. 8, 3, 13, 1, 9, 10. 8, 3, 13, 1, 9, 10. Horse 8, Jasinski, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in a handicap and a net time of 2:54.5. It's a mile rate of 27.7. Last 860.2 and the 429.6. The margins 3/4 of a length, a neck 1 1/4 lengths. 8, 3, 13, 1, 9, 10. Race 7, the Ball Brothers Handicap Trot.
Jasinski to come back at the head of the field. Monarchy Brown, 5-year-old mare out of Levinsky, raced by Dr. Luck Chin, along with Mazin Van Prague, along with AC Paisy, Ivan de Beek and CJ Cross. Luck Chin trained at Tamahiri, beautifully handled out in front where she likes to be too. Jasinski proves much too strong as she comes back at the head of the field, to be greeted by Kevin Ann, Rosemary Ball and staff from Ball Brothers, and also from the Franklin Trotting Club, Steve Cornwall. 3 Ivanov to make it a Luck Chin. Monarchy Quinella, 5-year-old Bay Gelding out of Barsu Cova, raced by CJ Cross, C. Heberley and Dr. Luck Chin. Luck Chin, the trainer, Ross Painter. And 13 Sea Spray Cracker in for third, Bryland Boys Brown, 6-year-old mare out of Sea Spray Eunice, raced by BT Freeman, Mrs. LD Best. 360, 190, 3 Ivanov at $2.30, $2.30. And 13 Sea Spray Cracker, $5 even, $5. Quinella, $7.20, $7.20. Trifecta, $259.60, $259.60. First 4, $2,580.50, $2,580.50. $1,832 to jackpot through to the first 4 in our feature race tonight. The Powell Transport 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes over the 2,700 metres, timed for 9:25.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick presentation on behalf of the New Zealand Amateur Drivers Association. As you would have been aware tonight, hopefully, we had the New Zealand Championships. Amateur driving in New Zealand has been going for just over a decade. I think someone mentioned 12 years, and it's one of the growing concepts of New Zealand harness racing. It's sort of been responsible for bringing people together who had never sat behind a racehorse before. And we've got to this stage a dozen years later on as to where those people are now competing against drivers that have competed at the professional level to the highest calibre. So it's come a long way in the 12 years. Tonight we've had our second New Zealand Championships at the tote races. So I'd like to thank the Franklin Trotting Club for putting on part of the championships along with the Met last night at Addington. And we have our officially second champion. We've got a defending champion, Jeff Darby, who managed to win the last heat tonight and go very close to making it a three-peat in the New Zealand Championships. He's off to Finland to represent New Zealand in July, so he's looking forward to that trip. But tonight he's handing over the colours, and I'm handing the trophy to a fella who was one of the initial New Zealand amateur driver designers, if you like, Gavin Cook, who's already been a world amateur driver champion. He's obviously been a slightly lesser New Zealand champion when we used to run these events as non-towed events, and so he's back on the helm again, or sort of he's wearing the colours again for, I guess, the third time as the winner of the 2014 New Zealand Amateur Championship. So congratulations to Gavin Cook. Wins a whopping great trophy that's almost as big as the Auckland Cup. And we'd also like to pass on our thoughts to JK. It was a night of firsts tonight. Over that 12 years, we've never, ever had a smash. And tonight we had our first one in race one tonight. So we'd like to pass on our thoughts to JK, who's in hospital with a broken collarbone, and also commiserations to the connections of one of our horses, which we dearly love and admire, who was lost tonight in the melee in that first race. So thanks to the connections for bringing the horse along. It was the name of that horse was Beaming J. Beaming J, who lost his life tonight in amateur racing. You know, we treasure our horses and the trainers that bring the horses to support these series a lot. So it's been a sort of a mixed bag for the amateurs tonight. We've been wandering around Alexandra Park a wee bit shell-shocked. But alas, we do have another champion in Gavin Cook, who might like to say a few words.
Thank you to everybody, particularly the Franklin Trotting Club and the Met for last night, and particularly the trainers, owners that supplied the wonderful horses that we were able to drive tonight. And thank you to all the other amateur drivers. It's been a great contest, and it's a privilege to win it again for the second time. Thank you.
Well done. Well done, let's go. Well done. Yeah. That's ours. Yeah.
Thank you, Shadow, for doing that.
Good job, mate. Yeah, I got third.
Runners on the track for our feature race tonight. Powell Transport 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes.
Dog action on Sunday, 2 heats for the silver collar. You have to run top 4 to automatically get through to the next Sunday's big feature final. That's going to be Sunday the 8th for the silver collar. Next one for the Franklin Club at Alexandra Park is race number 8 on the program, and that is the North Island Breeders' Stakes, 2,700 metres. Race number 8 it is on meeting code number 5, and the favourite is Gold Elite at $3.50, $1.30, $3.20 in money back. Next one at $4 at Rzelski, $5 Bit of Romance, 6 for Millie Sampson, number 10 3 Jules, who is off 40 metres. That is $8.50. You can see front line of 3, then 20 metres, and then 40 metres for 3 Jules. Just turn our attention to tomorrow and not to the harness at the Jules. to a big day at Wanganui and catching up with Jonathan Parks.
Northern Star in the first on the program at Wanganui. Jonathan, for the Sergeant Allen team, look good at the trials?
Yeah, for sure. She won a trial and a couple of the trial horses have come out to go good races and good draw. So Sergeant trained, so it has to be a chance first of the day.
In the second, the maiden 1340, you rode Pantana last starting for a fresh-up performance that was encouraging.
Yeah, definitely went a good race and, run under her about now, she'll be a lot fitter and Wanganui should suit the horse and she looks to be a good each-way chance too with her resuming run. It was very good.
Race 3, the 65-1340, Mrs Mack drops back and it's her place to race, Wanganui.
Yeah, definitely. She loves the course. She's won a couple there. She's a horse that can come out and pay big odds sometimes, so she's definitely a sneaky one to keep your eye on.
Race 4, the 85-1340, Ringo steps out for probably the only run in New Zealand this time in. You've ridden him at the jump outs?
Yeah, he jumped out very well a couple of weeks ago at Levin and I was quite happy with the horse. Distance should suit, track should suit. He's sort of quite versatile and he goes on anything, so he looks to be a big chance. He's got 59 kilos, but he's a very big horse and it shouldn't worry him.
Okay, race number 5, 5 minutes past 1, the 2-year-old, the Castletown Stakes, Stralis. Good win last start and beat a couple of horses that are in the race.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, Sergeant trains and, it was a nice tidy effort last start and definitely deserves to be in the race and definitely looks like a good show.
Yeah, and for the owners that gave you your Oaks win as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be good to ride for them again and, they obviously gave me a really good thrill that day and, good to be connected back with them.
Rating 75-12, this is a scratchy one. You rode Kuzanov to win last start. On this occasion, you've gone with Mr McLeod, a horse that showed a lot as a younger horse. Yeah,
definitely. He always showed a lot and he actually beat a couple of smart horses back before he came off injury. Resuming run, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes on Saturday, but if he bounces back to his best, he's definitely got to be a show. 1,200 metres, fresh up, it could be a tad short, but like I say, he's a smart horse and he can be riding it.
Might be the sort of horse that'll head to reckon in as well.
Yeah, definitely. I guess they just want to see how they come through this and see how he goes in that, but he's definitely up to very good company, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Race 7, the 65 Stayers, Lord of the Stars. Gee, was eye-catching last start, waiting to get over a trip, but that track just a worry for him.
Yeah, that's the only concern. As long as we don't get too much rain from here on out, Wanganui, it's usually a pretty good winter track, so at least he's got that in his favour. But he's just been bouncing out over the mile, and he's just finding himself a little bit flat-footed at the start. So 2,000 metres on Saturday's really going to suit the horse, and he's been going good honest races. I'd like to see the horse pick up one.
Okay, race 8 is the Foxton Cup, and you get your right first ride on Thorn Prince. This preparation, gee, was good, fresh. It was a nice performance second up, and look, he wasn't bad behind the stablemate last start.
Yeah, definitely. I've never ridden the horse. I've always wanted to, so I'm really looking forward to riding him. 2,000 metres, I think it should suit at Wanganui, and he looks to be a good show. Fraser Orette trains, so he's in pretty good form at the moment, and like I say, really looking forward to riding the horse.
In the Egg Challenge Stakes, you rode one of your favourite horses of the season. Well, he must be. He's just so tough and versatile, Jelinski Prince.
Yeah, definitely. It's not going to matter what sort of track shows up for Saturday. He can go on anything. His last 2 wins has obviously been pretty good here at Palmerston, and he's definitely an each-way chance in the race.
Okay, he's got an awkward draw from that mile starting point, but he does have enough gate speed to maybe just push forward.
Yeah, definitely. You can ride him however, really, and it's later on in the day, so the track might be cut up on the inside or anything. Could be the best place to be drawn on Saturday, so that's not really a problem. And like I say, he's that honest. You can't really leave him out of your picks.
Okay, and the last on the day, you've got Kenny, who you rode last start. He sort of looked as though he was going to come into it, but the track was tough by that stage. Yeah,
it was very tough. I'm not sure if he really enjoyed it, but like Wanganui on Saturday, I wouldn't imagine it's going to be anything like it was here last time. So he's a good, honest horse. He won well 2 starts ago at Hawke's Bay, and he looks to be a nice chance too.
Bevan Sweeney catching up with Jonathan Parks, and look at his full book for the Wanganui Jockey Club's meeting on Saturday. Their first race is at 10 minutes to 11, so nice and early for the first, and he starts with a decent shot with Northern Star on debut for the Sergeant Allen training combo of Matamata. But a number of good chances throughout the program and including in the features, so we'll be keeping a very close eye on Jonathan tomorrow there at Wanganui. Should be a very good day there, along with Ellerslie and of course for Jules Day at Cambridge. Race number 8 up next, and the feature, the North Island Breeders' Stakes, 2,700 metres for these girls. And Craig, Gold Elite, it's the favourite, sort of around $4.
Yeah, thanks, Russell. It is the 40th edition of the North Island Breeders' Stakes for Pal Transport, our major event tonight over the 2,700 metres. Not a bad field here. We've got a few that are coming back in grade. I agree with you with Gold Elite, though. She is racing very well. The second behind Stella Light was good. She's a mare that needs one run at them in a soft trip, but with only 3 horses off the front, she's usually a reliable beginner. I thought Gold Elite a great each-way chance. 2 drivers that we've highlighted tonight, Zach Butcher and Josh Dickey. They've both got drives. First up, Better Romance and Zach Butcher. He drives stable runner Better Romance in the 8th. Zach, a nice mare off the front here and a very good second couple of starts ago.
Yeah, no, she's been racing well as well. She good 4th last start, and she sort of tends to bobble away a wee bit from the stand, but after she hits her stride, she's pretty quick. So we were lucky enough to hold them out last week and lead up. If we can do the same this week, just let her roll off in front, I think that'll be the place to be, unless a horse like Millie Simpson or Gold Elite comes around. But, you know, all things going right and she's in front, I think that's the place to be. And, yeah.
I know tonight it's 2,700 metres. It's a distance she said 11 goes at, but is it more of an indication that the fields that she's been in over the 2,700 have been a little bit tougher than maybe what she meets tonight?
Yeah, I think so. You know, she's been ranked up pretty high in the classes, and she drops back, you know, every sort of 10 starts or so. So she's come back to where she's pretty competitive now, and she has been racing well. She's an honest mare, and she always tries her best. But as you say, it's just the case of copping one better on the night, and maybe things not really going her way. So.
It's Zach Butcher and Better Romance. Good luck to the connections here. Of course, Woodlands Partnership, Kieran Reid, Andy Ellis, a few well-known owners. One Peter Early. He'll have his 200 each way on Better Romance, I'm sure, sitting on the couch watching Better Romance go out in race number 8. Racing really well this man. Of course, she's won 5 races, so he gets here under the conditions pretty well. As Zach mentioned, being downgraded a couple of times. The manners are quite good. She likes to roll along in front, and yeah, she'll be an each-way chance. So Better Romance at $7. In race number 8. Josh Dickey, he drives Millie Sampson. I caught up with him earlier in the night. Josh, race 8, you drive Millie Sampson. Unfortunately, she's not made the jewels for tomorrow, but it's a nice race, the Breeders' Stakes tonight. First start from a stand, what are you expecting?
Yeah, look, I think she should step. You know, she's such a well-mannered horse anyway, but, you know, as you know, it's first time, have a look at it, and there's a few other horses around her to, you know, to front up anyway, so... Look, I don't think it should be too much of a hurdle, but, you know, that's definitely her biggest thing to get over tonight anyway.
She raced well behind Ideal Bell in a super field last start. It's probably a little bit of a drop back in grade. I know you're taking on the older horses here, but, gee, she's racing pretty well at the moment, and 2,700 metres, I don't think that'll worry her.
I don't think so. You know, she drew the outside of the second line in the New Zealand Oaks, and, you know, if she had drawn a bit handy, you know, perhaps she might have run second or third, but, you know, that's just the luck of it and how it was, and I don't think the distance will worry her or the older horses. You know, she's just missed out on the jewels, which is unfortunate, but, you know, while she's up, we thought we might as well give this race a crack, and, you know, look, she's here to win tonight, and I think she's going to be pretty hard to beat.
Josh Dickey, thoughts about Millie Sampson here dropping back from the Oaks? It is a big drop back. Only concern with her tonight is the standing start, but yeah, she is racing very nicely. Of course, Rosowski resuming tonight for Jim Gibbs. Good luck to you, Jim. Of course, Michael Guerin in the ownership. Michael, I believe at the Sky City Casino, doing function there tonight with Adam Hamilton. If you're watching, Mike, good luck with Rosowski. Very good race mare. Of course, won around about $180,000 in some 6 races. She's been off the scene for a while. Watched her work here last Saturday. She worked okay. Now with, of course, Tony Hurley, 7 Rosowski, $4 second favourite in the Pal Transport Breeders' Stakes. Head upstairs, Aaron White, 30 seconds out to our feature tonight. For the Class 2 fillies and mares, I'm going here with 5 Gold Elite. Which way are you going?
Yeah, I went the way of 7, 4, 5 and 1. Rosowski, the Better's Delight mare, back on a new campaign, has placed in all fresh runs. Tony Hurley, the trainer driver. So with Rosowski here over the 4 Millie Sampson, the only filly in the field. The filly by Better's Delight. Joshua Dickey, as we heard there from Josh. We know if she does step, he'll have her in the race for a long time here. 5 Gold Elite, yes, certainly has to be in the mix. Has been mixing her form a touch, though, of late. Simon Lawson, and the one Better Romance has done a good job of the front line in her last couple of standing start assignments. Zach Butcher. 7, 4, 5 and 1.
Thanks, Aaron. Through from the sports desk, they are speaking on a couple of runners here. $2,000 on Better Romance. $2,000 on Better Romance.
North Island Breeders' Stakes. Better Romance, Heart of Jesse, Millie Sampson from the front tape, from 20 metres, Gold Elites. Hanua Honey, Rozelski, Steal the Light, and from 40 metres behind, 3 Jewels. Thanks, Craig. And the fillies and mares, or the filly and mares, about to face up to a starter, Frank Phelan. The only filly in the race is Millie Sampson. Drawn the front tape alongside Heart of Jesse and Better Romance on the inside of those two as the barrier strands released. Now 3 Jewels was caught on the back foot from her 40 metre back mark, and also Steal the Light was caught on the back foot. Will settle back second last as they head to the first corner here, and coming through to be the early leader, Better Romance. Up on the outside, Heart of Jesse and Millie Sampson, and she's got through her first stand start assignment in fine fashion. Will saloon through and get the leaders back here. 6 lengths away, Hanua Honey. 4 lengths then to a Gold Elite. 3 lengths Rozelski. 2 lengths Steal the Light. And 3 lengths away in the field then to a 3 Jewels, standing the leader 15 lengths as they work through the lane on their first occasion. The Powell Transport, 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes, and the leader, Better Romance, and Zach Butcher, a length and a half over the filly in the field, Millie Sampson. Joshua Dickey secures the lovely run in the trail, then Heart of Jesse. 4 lengths Hanua Honey. 2 lengths to Gold Elite. A length and a half then to Rozelski. 2 lengths away, Steal the Light as they work the stables corner. And 3 Jewels is back last as they run an Indian file for the early stages of the contest. 1,800 metres left to go. Better Romance, a length and a half. In second is Millie Sampson, and third, Heart of Jesse, Blue Orange. 2 lengths away in the field then is Hanua Honey. A length and a half to Gold Elite. Here's a run now by Steal the Light. She's moving forward up on the outside, bringing 3 Jewels into the race. And Rozelski, one of the favourites, now relegated back to the tail for Tony Hurley. Lead time in 1:28.4. 1,500 metres left to go. Powell Transport, 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes, and Better Romance leads a length and a half. In the trail, Millie Sampson. Steal the Light inching closer up on the outside, Out Park. That's on the outside of Heart of Jesse. 3 Jewels now, 1-1 cover for Andrew Neal. Back on the inside then was Hanua Honey and Philip Butcher. And the last pair, Rozelski on the outside, and just coming away from the markers to get onto its back is Gold Elite and Simon Lawson. 1,200 left to go. 33-3 was the opening quarter. Better Romance has had a comfortable lead here. Steal the Light now comes up to pressure at the bell. Trailing Millie Sampson. The fillies had a gorgeous run in transit. 3 Jewels, 1-1. Back on the inside, Heart of Jesse. Rozelski's right up on the bit. Back third last, and the last pair, Hanua Honey on the markers, and Gold Elite on the back of Rozelski. They pace out to the 800 metres, where the leader, Better Romance, has been in front every step of the way thus far. 29-8 was that to second quarter. Up on the outside, Steal the Light. Then Millie Sampson. 3 Jewels off her 40-metre back marks. Had a pretty good run into the race. Back on the inside then to Heart of Jesse, followed by Rozelski, Hanua Honey, and Gold Elite's got to get around all runners. 7 lengths to make up. 450 metres to do it, and as they work off the back, Steal the Light puts her head in front now over Better Romance, Millie Sampson, 3 Jewels. Then Heart of Jesse, Rozelski, she starts her claim. Gold Elite's on her back, and Hanua Honey, the quarter down the back, 28-3. They come for home. Steal the Light from Better Romance. Millie Sampson comes around those strongly. Rozelski, 3 Jewels down the outside. Gold Elite in behind and making ground up the inside. Heart of Jesse going to the lead now. The filly, Millie Sampson, draws, edges away nicely. Millie Sampson in well for Joshua Dickey. Steal the Light, a gallant run second, and third, Heart of Jesse, then Gold Elite. They were followed by Rozelski, Hanua Honey. Further back in the field, 3 Jewels, and last over Better Romance. Final quarter, 28.4. 3:28.4 the overall run time. And this quality filly by Better's Delight out of Cullen's creation just missed a spot at the Jewels tomorrow. John and Joshua Dickey, the trainers, and Joshua had her in a lovely spot throughout in the trail. Got around the leaders on the turn, and she's come away nicely in the home straight over a very gallant Steal the Light in for second. Up on the inside, Heart of Jesse. Gold Elite working home well for a fourth. Powell Transport, 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes this year to a filly. Her name, Millie Sampson.
Official placings, race 8, the Powell Transport 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes. 493, 5, 7, 10. 493, 5, 7, 10. Horse 4, Millie Sampson, paced the 2,700 metres from a stand and 328.45. It's a mile rate of 24.2. Last 856.7. The 428.4. The margin's 1 length, 3/4 of a length, a half length. 493, 5, 7, 10, race 8, the Powell Transport 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes.
Millie Sampson to come back at the head of the field. Bidders Delight Bay, 3-year-old filly out of Cullen's creation, a Christian Cullen mare, was bred by Tavistock Breeding Limited. Raced by Mrs. JR along with JB Davies, win 4 at start 15 tonight. And Millie Sampson to come back at the head of the field, to be greeted by Richard and Isabel Powell from Powell Transport. Rob Carr there from the North Island Standard Breeders Association, and Franklin Trotting Club President Don Smith also in attendance. As Millie Sampson back at the head of the field, prepared at Clevedon by John and Joshua Dickey. Joshua Dickey doing the driving and scores nicely here in the Powell Transport 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes. And of course, a big thanks to the North Island Standard Breeders Association for their support in sponsoring the winning trophy, and also the $500 prize to the Breeders Tavistock Breeding Limited. 9 for second, Steal the Light, Falcon Seals to Bay, 4-year-old mare at a Star Impress, raced by T.R. Vince and Miss S.L. Wig. Tim Vince trained at Epsom, Brent Mangos, and 3 Heart of Jessie, Bidders Delight Bay, 4-year-old mare out of Jessie Grace, raced by G.R. Dunn and Miss K.L. Blakemore. Andrew Grant trained at Pukekohe, and Blair Orange will run third. Number 4, Millie Sampson, $7.10 and $1.80, 7.10, 1.80. 9 Steal the Light, $2.20, 2.20, and 3 Heart of Jessie, $4.50, 4.50. Quinella returns $30.70, $30.70. Trifecta $874.30, $874.30. And the first 4, $3,840.50, $3,840.50. 8 and 4 in the double, $22.60, $22.60. 8 and 9 concession, $12.30, $12.30. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go down now for the official presentation of the Powell Transport 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes. And each and every year we see quality fillies and mares take part in this race. And we've seen a nice filly here tonight, Millie Sampson, as we welcome to the microphone Franklin Trotting Club President, Mr. Don Smith.
Is he going to?
Thanks very much indeed, Aaron, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to you all here tonight, and it's not too cold down here. What a wonderful race. When we saw the field first come out here for our Powell Transport race, we had 11 starters. Unfortunately, we lost a couple along the way, but we certainly lost nothing in the way of quality fillies and mares here tonight. The 40th time that these wonderful people, the Powells, have supported Franklin Trotting Club, and we do thank you so much, Isabel and Richie Powell and your team lined up here behind me. A warm congratulations to the owners of this wonderful filly, Millie Sampson, Mrs. J.R. and J.B. Davies, and here tonight to accept this trophy from Richie Powell from Powell Transport is trainer John Dickey. John, I wonder if you'd like to just say a few words on behalf of the owners.
Thank you very much. To the sponsors, thank you very much. It's a nice award to have won tonight. It looks very nice. And I'd just like to thank this on behalf of the owners. Mr. and Mrs. Davies couldn't be here tonight. And say, everyone have a good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Thanks very much indeed, John. Richie, would you like to come over and do the honours? No, he always says no. Richie does not like these little up the front stuff. But we've got a wonderful trophy here, and congratulations, and thank you to Richie. A couple of words for us? Not really. Okay, thanks very much, Richie. As usual, nothing to say. But anyway, Richie, if you wouldn't mind doing the honours and presenting this lovely trophy to John, who's accepting on behalf of the owners. Thanks very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
John, congratulations. I hope you win another year.
Comes into today's 4-year-old Diamond as a horse in form, a dangerous thing for the opposition. The breeding paddock was supposed to be calling well-bred mare Russley Haste, but when she missed after being served by Better's Delight, the full sister to Group 1 winner Russley Rascal was placed on a new career path. Now she's a dual starter, having won 3 times this season and having also placed on 4 occasions. She adds to Tony Hulahi's Ardmore arsenal on Jules Day. Tony Hulahi hasn't had Whisperjet in his care for too long, but he knows plenty about her, having driven her for his brother-in-law Mark Purdon in the past. The big daughter of Jereen's Jet has been a strong performer throughout her career, and as the name suggests, she can fly. Robert Dunn will again give himself a shot at big race glory with Laura Megan when she tackles the 4-year-old Diamond. The Tinted Cloud 4-year-old has won 4 races this season for her owners Clive and Rona Mackay, and will be looking to add another to the tally in the Diamond.
Yeah, race number 1 on the program to kick off the $100,000 guaranteed pick 6. And Adore Me at $1.10 to take out the first of the 9 races, the 9 Group 1s on Jules Day this year at Cambridge Raceway. $1.10 for Adore Me. Helena Jet is $7.50, drawing right alongside each other. And, well, Helena Jet to go forward and to be ahead of Adore Me and to maybe hand to her. Is that how the mile is going to play out in the first? Well, we have to wait until around 11:43 to find out if that is the case. Yeah, $100,000 pick 6, also a quaddie and $100,000 guaranteed triple trio. Those are 3 bet types guaranteed at $100,000, and there are 4 first 4s guaranteed at $50,000. Sticking with the 4-year-olds now, but going to the trotters.
A mid-season stable transfer seems to have worked wonders for talented trotter Bone Chip. Originally in the care of Mark Purdon, the Monkey Bones gelding was sent north to Tony Herlihy, where he's thrived in his new environment and has shown some real class on the track, including a placing in the Green Lane Cup. With unreal high speed, O'Nova might have all the makings of the perfect Jules contender. The Terry and Glenishmeal trained speed merchant has shown some real ability when winning in the South Island, and with any luck in the 4-year-old Ruby, you can bet your last buck she'll be one of the few who are booming home at the business end. A new arrival on the trotting scene this year has been Kin Kasler. The Craig and Amy Edmonds trained daughter of Love You has been strutting her stuff in fine style in Canterbury and comes north with some serious scalps under her belt. Untried at this elite level, Kin Kasler is a real danger to those who face her in this year's 4-year-old Ruby. Mr. 3000 Maurice McKendry gets a chance at Jules' success as a trainer and a driver when the well-bred Ballyronan contests the 4-year-old Ruby. The Love You mare out of Lockney has done a grand job this season to earn her right to compete at this year's Jules. The sleeper and forgotten runner of the 4-year-old Ruby is the Purdon Rasmussen trained Paramount Queen. Third behind Prime Power and the 3-year-old Ruby 12 months ago, the half-sister to Paramount Gigi has been in impressive form in recent weeks, including 2 strong winning performances at Alexandra Park at the recent Autumn Carnival. Defending Jules King, Prime Power is back on his home track to try and do what he did 12 months ago. The Todd Mitchell trained and driven powerhouse is destined for great things in harness racing and gives himself a great chance to gain another major race success in this year's 4-year-old Ruby. Another former Jules winner who's back at a happy hunting ground is Royal Aspirations. The Fred Fletcher trained machine left tongues wagging when he won the 2-year-old Ruby here at Cambridge 2 years ago, and there's every possibility he could do something similar this year. With his free-going style of racing and a rare determination to win, Royal Aspirations is a dangerous commodity. Central District's trotter Quite Easy Dammit gives Palmerston North trainer Stephen Doody a chance at harness Jules' success in the 4-year-old Ruby. The son of Quite Easy compiled an impressive record this season, winning on 4 occasions and placing a further 7 times. A solid effort in his debut season on the track. As a daughter of former star trotting mare Miranai, Wings on High was always going to inherit plenty of ability. By Jules' performing sire Pegasus Spur, the smart Anna Donnelly trained mare has been very consistent throughout the season, including some bold performances against good opposition at Alexandra Park during the Autumn Carnival. Beautiful grade trotter Dr. Bones became a serious contender for the 4-year-old Ruby crown in the final few weeks of qualifying when he strung together an impressive hat-trick of victories for his Kaikoura trainer Barry Ford. Out of Ford's good mare Manukau Bay, Dr. Bones will be driven by Gavin Smith, who struck up a strong partnership with the gelding in his last 2 starts. Forgotten sire Earl is represented in the 4-year-old Ruby by Astral Traveller out of the Timbutt stable. A Jules runner is a 2-year-old. The speedy little trotter has won 3 races this season for his big group of owners and placed on 5 occasions to sneak his way into Jules contention. A feature trotting race in New Zealand wouldn't be the same without a runner from the powerful premier stables of Timbutt. Princess Sophia is one half of a 2-pronged attack on the 4-year-old Ruby for the West Melton trainer, and her season record reads impressively. The Monarchy mare possesses some potent high speed at the end of her races, which puts her in good stead for this assignment. If there was an award for consistency in harness racing, then Shimon would just about win it hands down. The tiny but ruthless trotter out of the Kevin Townley barn is the 4-year-old Ruby Division leader and will strut his stuff in the Jules colours this year. A brave second in the Rowe Cup shows just how talented this son of Monarchy is.
I think he may be the best, Shimon, but his draw is certainly not, and it will be tricky for there to overcome, other horses so good to give that sort of a head start to Prime Power. 50 cents. Bone Chip draws up nicely and is $8. Shimon is $4.20. That's the 4-year-old Ruby, race number 7, 23.
Off early before midday, and she'll set the tone for the day. I'm suggesting it's going to be fantastic racing. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, with what the TAB are doing as well. We've got a triple trio, the first triple trio. Yes, plenty to look forward to tomorrow. There's head-to-heads on all races and a few betting options, including a treasure chest there of 4 races, I think worth $8. Maybe worth getting on to tab.co.nz and have a look at that multi-option available. As I say, plenty there to look at. Group betting as well. And Tote, Chief Thundercloud, can tell you a large bet on him on fixed odds. $5,000 on him at 440. He's brought his quote into 350. He's your likely leader. He blasted the gate last week from barrier 8. He crossed them in 2 strides. If they look to adopt the same tactics, he'd probably get across, God forbid. She's pretty quick, but he showed exceptional gate speed last week. So look for runners 2 and 5 here early to go forward. Drove it 2 starts ago at Cambridge, rolled to the front, and you never look back. Tonight, you're drawn out about barrier number 6. What do you make of his chances tonight?
Probably makes it a bit harder being out there, and the field's pretty even, so he got away with it pretty well when he won 2 starts ago. But, he's an honest horse, and he always puts in a good race, and maybe with the right run tonight, he'll be right there, but things have got to go his way, I think.
Just quickly for the Jules contenders tomorrow, your Ideal Bell and, of course, Sky Major. Unfortunately lost Democrat Party today for the stable. It's scratched tomorrow, but how's Ideal Bell and Sky Major looking for their engagements?
They're jumping out there. Skin Barry's done an awesome job, and I don't think he could have them any better, so hoping they get the right runs and things go away in the day, because it's always hard to win those group runs, but, if it all works out pretty well, I think they're both top chances.
Great drive last week on Ideal Bell, mate. You're driving very well, and good luck for tomorrow.
Cheers, Will.
Here's Zach Butcher. He is driving very, very well at the moment. Ideal Bell gives him a great opportunity to get another Group 1 tomorrow. Of course, Ideal Bell outstanding winning last week. He's got a nice draw. Sky Major, well, unfortunately, he's got the opposite draw. He's drawn the outside of the second row. His workout here last Saturday was nothing short of super behind Adore Me. Probably the best workout I've seen for Sky Major for quite some time. Had he not drawn anywhere but the second row, his quote would be a lot shorter than what it is at the moment. He's going to need a lot of luck from there, but he's got the right man aboard. Josh Dickey, he takes the drive here aboard number 7, Kippenberger. Quite big on this horse. This is what he had to say about the stable runner. Josh, your last drive is Kippenberger in the 9th. He drops a long way back in grade here. He's a C5 up against the 2s and 3s. Work on Saturday, really good behind Adore Me and Sky Major. Were you impressed with the trial?
I was wrapped with him, to be honest. There's 2 class horses in front of him, and I got held up a wee bit across the turn, and he's found the line pretty well, and that's all we wanted to do on Saturday. But as you say, it's a big drop back for him. He hasn't lined up against a field like this for quite a while. In saying that, the only downfall is he's just not the horse to be putting in the race. He can't be caught being doing too much work, so that's something to be wary of. But if he got a trip, I think he'd be near my best drive of the night.
He likes Kippenberger, Josh Dickey. I got that workout on Saturday behind Sky Major and Adore Me, around about 55.5. Now, in saying that, he followed speed. He just got held up across the top, as Josh mentioned in that interview, and rounded off that trial quite nice. You've got to remember, he's been taking on far better opposition. What's against him tonight is the tempo of the race. It may be Chief Thundercloud in front, and God forbid in the trail. There may not be a lot of moves. First Home may go forward in the race. Kippenberger needs him to do a little bit in the race and then one run at them. He can't work both ends, so tempo related with Kippenberger, but it's a big drop back in grade, and if he can repeat that workout performance here on Saturday, I think he's right up to winning this race. I put him on top over Chief Thundercloud, God forbid, and I put in, of the rest, number 4 sticks it to him as the best value in the race. Morris McHenry takes the drive. Upstairs to Aaron White on his thoughts for race number 9 tonight. I think there's less than a unit live in the 5th leg of pick 6, Aaron.
You're right there, Craig, with the mobile pulling away, 0.44 of a live unit, and I'm with you. Kippenberger all the way for me, made him one of my best of the night. 3 with the runners in behind the yellow bar arm. Day of Edge Tuakau Mobile Pace. Quality Produce, New Zealand grown. Out there in Tuakau on Buckland Road. As the runners work into the lane, 2,200 metres the journey. In they come. Starter Frank Phelan about to activate the green light, which he does now. Day of Edge Tuakau Mobile Pace field to go, and Chief Thundercloud with that great gate speed he showed last week. He's going to take the early lead off, God forbid. Then First Home back on the inside. Major Command as they work on to the stables corner. In the 1-1 is Hot and Saucy, then sticks it to him. To its outside was Golden Delight, and the last pair Kippenberger. And back there 2 Underwood Road restrained from his wide draw. 1,800 metres left. left to go. Chief Thundercloud, the son of Tinted Cloud for the Iceman, Tony Hurley, leads away by 2 lengths. God Forbid in the trail, 2.5. Major Command's got a nice run through from the second line to be third. Then First Home, followed Hot and Saucy up on the outside. Golden Delight sticks it to him. Back in the field is Kippenberger, currently 3 back in the running line. And on its back is Underwood Road and a lead time of 44.1. They sweep across the showgrounds bend, and our leader, Chief Thundercloud, leads by 1.5 lengths. God Forbid, Jabbernathi in the trail, 2 lengths away in the field, then to Major Command and Mark Burley. They're followed up on the outside. First Home, Scott Phelan. He's been left parked. Back on the inside, Hot and Saucy. Golden Delight, Zach Butcher in the 1-1. Then sticks it to him back on the inside. Kippenberger being patiently handled by Joshua Dickey, second last. And last, Underwood Road and Logan Hollis, 33 and 2. Was that opening split of the final mile. Chief Thundercloud down to the judge bell and 1 to go. Over God Forbidden, the trail's had a gorgeous run throughout. Up on the outside, First Home parked and 3 back on the inside. Major Command, Golden Delight, 1-1 on the stables corner. Hot and Saucy, Philip Butcher tucked away, 4 back on the inside of Kippenberger. Then sticks it to him, Morris McKendry, second last. Just easing away from the inside, pushing Underwood Road up 3 wide, 32 and 4 the second quarter. Day of Edge to a cow pace into the back. Chief Thundercloud leads up on the outside. First Home, God Forbidden the trail. 1-1 is Golden Delight. Major Command on the inside. Kippenberger seems to be full of running on the back of Golden Delight. Then Hot and Saucy sticks it to him's about to start his claim out 3 wide. And Underwood Road back of the tail, 500 to go. Chief Thundercloud's got them running hard. On the outside is First Home and then God Forbid. In the 1-1 is Golden Delight, Major Command and Kippenberger. 29 and 6 the quarter down the back. Chief Thundercloud for home over First Home, God Forbid, Golden Delight and Kippenberger. Major Command further back, 150 to go. Chief Thundercloud, God Forbid the passing lane. First Home, Golden Delight, Major Command. Chief Thundercloud and the Iceman. Eyes rated this inch perfect. Down to the line. Chief Thundercloud's in. Second over. It's Photos here. God Forbid. And out widest on the track doing his best work late, Kippenberger. Then Major Command and First Home, Golden Delight, Hot and Saucy sticks it to him. And Underwood Road last throughout 27 and 2. Broke Tony Hurley. And 246.6 the overall run, so he's burnt off the gate. He's got a very easy section around to the last 800. Hurley, he knew that. And he's had too many guns in the home straight. God Forbid had its back throughout. It's going to be in a photo with Kippenberger. Looks like she might just hold second, does she? Kippenberger gets very close. They're wide apart. We'll wait for Cloud.
Official placings race 9, the Day of Edge Tuakau mobile pace, 527.396, 527.396. Horse 5, Chief Thundercloud pace the 2200 metre. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, a half head, a half length. 527.396. Race 9, the Day of Edge Tuakau mobile pace.
Chief Thundercloud back at the head of the field. Tinted Cloud Brown, 6-year-old gelding at a final fashion for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate. A second win on the program tonight for them. Megan de Merv Butterworth. And a second training success for Tony Hurley. His first win in the sulky tonight. The Mitavite Black Bike back in the winner's circle here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. Cambridge, Jayabanathi, 7 Kippenberger, McCardle, 5-year-old Bay Gelding out of L'Escalier for third, raced by CB Blackwell and G.E. Neems. John and Joshua Dickey trained at Clevedon. Joshua Dickey. 5 Chief Thundercloud, $4 and $1.40. Down there in the victory circle was a D and Even Macon from Day of Edge, and along with those Franklin Trotting Club Vice President and Bob Lynch down there as well. Chief Thundercloud, 4 and $1.42. God Forbid, $1.50, $1.50. 7 Kippenberger, $1.70. $168.10. Pick 6, 0.1 of a live unit, so Sampson in well for Joshua Dickey. Steal the Light, a gallant run second, and third Heart of Jesse, then Gold Elite. On the outside is First Home, and then God Forbid. In the 1-1 is Golden Delight, Major Command and Kippenberger. 29 and 6 the quarter down the back. Chief Thundercloud for home over First Home, God Forbid, Golden Delight and Kippenberger. Major Command further back, 150 to go. Chief Thundercloud, God Forbid the passing lane. First Home, Golden Delight, Major Command. Chief Thundercloud and the Iceman Eyes rated this inch perfect. Down to the line, Chief Thundercloud's in. Second over, it's Photos here, God Forbid, and out widest on the track doing his best work late, Kippenberger. Then mate.
Well, all the best. I don't have yet an update of the will pays, etc. to 2. Up next, we continue a look to tomorrow to the Jewels at Cambridge, and we'll continue with the 4-year-olds. It'll be the Emerald next.
Sensational sectionals, 25.6. Let this burn in your memory. 25.5. 25.6.
25.9. The last quarter in 25.4. That's the fastest quarter, official quarter, I've ever heard of.
Livamol continues to be Australia's leading coat conditioner for more than 50 years. Livamol is a proven formula with ingredients selected for their ability to improve coat and skin condition. Combine this with the Livamol grooming range for simply unbeatable results. For weanlings, yearlings, show, stud, stock or...
The wraps around giant pacer Major Star have always had plenty of volume, and the Brent Mangos trained pacer is starting to live up to them. The imposing son of Art Major has enjoyed a great season, winning on 5 occasions and placing 5 times as well. With the Auckland Trotting Club syndicate behind him, you'll know if Major Star is in for the fight when they turn for home in the 4-year-old Emerald. Addington's Series final when engaged in a length of the straight battle with Louis Risk. The son of Better's Delight has also performed well over the 1 mile distance in his career, adding to his Jewels credentials. With untapped high speed, Mossdale Connor is a dangerous Jewels weapon. The Greg and Nina Hope trained pacer has shown a liking to stepping up when the big days arrive and has been thereabouts behind some of the best New Zealand has to offer this season. With the ever-patient Ricky May in the bike, the Woodend Beach pacer could be the sleeper in this year's 4-year-old Emerald. Morrinsville horseman Tim Hall will enjoy one of the highlights of his training career when Randallstown steps out onto the Cambridge track to contest the 4-year-old Emerald. A solid performer across the North Island this season, the Badlands Hanover gelding is never far away from the action and will give his connections a great sight. Good enough to run second in the 2-year-old Emerald when last at the Harness Duels here in Cambridge, Mighty Flying Mac will return to try to go one better. The Crandalgetti trained pacer snuck his way into contention through the back door with a fine effort to run third in the Winter Cup at Addington. With plenty of high speed, Mighty Flying Mac is a dangerous commodity and not one his opposition would want to let slip under their guard. Bettor's Delight gelding Give the Wink has been one of the silent assassins of the 4-year-old Emerald this year, quietly going about his business in a tradesman-like fashion while working towards the big day. Jeff Small knows a thing or two about training a duels winner and will have this speedy pacer primed and ready for the big occasion. A 10-start maiden at the beginning of the season, a Rising Eastern has faced the toughest of rises through the grades to become a 4-year-old Emerald contender. The Purden Rasmussen trained pacer has won on 5 occasions this season and placed on a further 6 from just 15 starts, many of which have come against high-quality opposition. Owned by Southland's Brian Norman, the Washington VC gelding has plenty of upside and is well worth consideration in this year's event. One pacer certain to work his way to open class in this year's 4-year-old Emerald is rugged pacer Pacquiao. The Ken Barron trained pacer has shown a liking for a dogfight and has never been one to shy away from a challenge. His take-no-prisoners approach, which he showed on Cup Day when running his rivals into submission, is a dangerous mix around Cambridge, and rivals of the son of Bettor's Delight will be wary not to allow him similar tactics. Brendan Hill won't be without a chance at this year's duels with Better Rock On. Better Rock On did show he's up to mixing it with the big boys with an eye-catching effort in the Winter Cup at Addington. The decision of Canterbury trainer Phil Burrows to send his underrated pacer Mark's Gladiator North to campaign early this year has paid dividends, with the Mark III gelding earning himself a spot for the 4-year-old Emerald with 4 wins in his first 5 starts in the North Island. His chances are further enhanced with Todd the Wizard Mitchell doing the driving. It has been a season of progression for Franco Nelson. A star at 3 with a few tricks up his sleeve, the impressive looker is sure to make his presence felt on Duels Day 2014. The locals get one of their best chances of the day in Norvik Night Owl, who has been a late season arrival into the Emerald category. 3 wins on end last month, which culminated in a bold third in the New Zealand Messenger, see the Sean McCaffrey trained pacer come right into contention for Duels glory, especially on his home track where he has performed so well. Strutting his stuff in the Duels colours in the 4-year-old Emerald this year is Elios. The Robert Dunn trained pacer was an emphatic winner of the New Zealand Messenger at Alexandra Park last month, and the week before that was a gallant runner-up when second in the Taylor Mile. His liking for short distance speed enhanced.
That's the last race on the card, and what a way to conclude things. And the Dunn runners wide on the second row are the favourites, but they have to overcome a bit of an obstacle, don't they? Mangos, it's $10 from the draw of 1 for the Auckland Trotting Club 2012 syndicate. Franco Nelson, $2 at $2.90 for Elios. Option 709, the last race of the 9 Group 1s on Duels Day. Time to go at 4, drawing wide on the second row. South Island is expected to scoop most at $7. We'll see if they're able to cause an upset there. How many winners for Mark Purden and Natalie Likely, but I suppose you can never be entirely sure when it comes to Duels Day. And Craig, just looking forward to tomorrow and the last race. Let's go to that one with the 2 Dunn runners.
From 3 and 5. Major Star gets out with him, but he's never been a real gate speed horse. So you expect the second row horses, even though the likes of Elias and Franco Nelson have drawn out wide on the second row, they're probably following out a couple of horses that can leave the gate. So I expect them to get round mid-stage as I thought Franco Nelson looked one of the better bets of the day, Russell. That 110% ticket that's covered in the last, it is on the favourite, Take Charge, horse number 2, 50,000 payout, 10%, they'll get around about $5,000 if Take Charge can take out the last. Through from the bookmaker's desk, fixed odds. In the last, there'll be 3 dividends placed for place dividends in the last. So 3 place dividends, fixed odds in the last, they will pay out. Of course, that winning bet, $5,000 on Chief Thundercloud at 440. Good collect from race number 9. Can tell you for the quaddie, of course, that big quaddie tonight, 50,000. Favourite in the quaddie, 7 Major Classic, $365. Horse 6, $852. And then you're getting to the 2 Tony Grayling runners, Sky Art, $1,100. And stablemate Bride and Ideal, just over $1,000. I caught up with Tony Grayling earlier in the night. He's got 2 realistic chances in the last, and this is what he had to say about his stable runners. Thanks for your time, Tony. You got 2 in the last. We'll start with Sky Art. Of course, this one, the full brother to Sky Major that goes around the Jewels tomorrow. Lovely type, worked up quite nicely on Saturday. How forward is for you tonight?
Oh, we think he'll go all right. He's had the 2 workouts and he's hit the line pretty good both times.
I mean, is he a horse that, a natural 2-year-old, or is he just taking a little bit of time to get to this point?
He was a bit of a late foal, and we had a wee setback with him, but I think he'll go good tonight, and he'll get better on the run again.
Totally different horses. The other one, Bride and Ideal, he's a big bloke, taking a little bit of time, a 5-year-old. What's been his problems getting to the races at this stage?
Well, the first thing, took us 3 years to catch him. He was a 3.5-year-old before we even laid a hand on him. And then it was about 3 months to break him in. But he started coming to it. And then he got kicked in the paddock and had to have an operation with a splint removed. And he sort of had a big spell after that. So we're getting there with him, but hopefully he's worth the wait.
I watched these 2 work here last Saturday, Tony. I thought they both worked nicely. Bride and Ideal just got held up into the passing lane. He ran to the line and behind them. And the other one got a little bit keen at the winning post, but he trolled up nicely as well.
Yeah, no, they've both gone good. We were happy with them. That's why we're starting them tonight. So hopeful.
Of the 2, won't put it on you, but if you had to lean which way would you go?
Probably the colt, Sky Art, I think, tonight.
Good to get Tony Grayling's thoughts on his 2 stable representatives in the last. I give them both realistic winning chances. Bride and Ideal at the $11 this morning. I thought he was a little bit of value. Actually quite like him, punters. Mark him down. He's a horse that's going to take a bit of time. He's a big bloke as we look at Tony Grayling there, giving up his time tonight. He had a runner early in the first that ran a placing, of course, in Bride and Delight. They ran second in the amateur drivers. But for me, I put Bride and Ideal on top at the value to beat Major Classic, Sky Art, horse number 4, and the favourite 2, Take Charge. My numbers in the last 3 on top to beat 7, 4 and 2. Pop upstairs to Aaron White. Aaron, it's been a great night at Alexandra Park tonight. The feature taken out by Millie Sampson, the only 3-year-old in the event. Race number 10, the Jarvis Trading Mobile Pace. Which way are you leaning?
The way of the 7 here, Major Classic. I thought his last 3 runs have been indicating that a win's not too far around the corner for him, and I think it will come tonight. Philip Butcher doing the driving, and just the small field here has good form on the board. Take Charge is the only horse with the live units in pick 6, the 0.1, so good luck to that lucky ticket holder around the country. Let's hope Take Charge can do the business for you. 5, She Don't Love Me's in the mix, the Better's Delight Cult, and 3, Bride and Ideal is there as well. So 7, 2, 5 and 3 for me to wrap up the night. As you mentioned, a nice win by Millie Sampson. Gavin Cook crowned the New Zealand Amateur Drivers Champion here tonight. Craig, and our thoughts out with JK, Johnny Creekbeimer too, who was injured in that nasty race fall at the start of the program there. I believe a suspected broken collarbone with Johnny Creekbeimer, and of course condolences to the connections that lost. Beaming J tonight, been a good performer. He won 7 races from 61 starts for the Hanua Syndicate. Unfortunately didn't survive that nasty fall tonight.
Yeah, thoughts go out to the connections of Beaming J. You're quite right. Unfortunate and tragedy here in the first tonight. Luckily, drivers bar Johnny, the rest of them relatively unscathed, but yes, we feel for the connections of Beaming J, the Hanua Syndicate. And Johnny Creekbeimer, he's suspected broken collarbone, taken away in the ambulance, but yeah, he will recover, and that is the main thing. Last race tonight,
Thanks, Craig. And the short way home in the quaddie is number 2, Take Charge, just in front of 7 Major Classic, and the 0.1 of a live unit in pick 6 hangs on number 2, Take Charge, who was a very good second when last produced at Cambridge. That was in behind Present Arms to take its place in the duels tomorrow. So a bit of form coming around Take Charge. Into the lane they come for the last tonight. Powell Transport, 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes. Millie Sampson took the feature. Here's the last. Jarvis Trading Mobile. Green light is on and they're off and pacing. Take Charge will take the early lead here over Sky Art, who wants to race it, but Mangos, he's going to use his aggression to hold the lead going into the stables corner. That gives Elliot Daniel the run in the trail. There's 3 lengths away in the field then to Bride and Ideal. 4 lengths, She Don't Love Me. They're followed by GJ Sealstar and Major Classic back at the tail. Now the early burn here has been okay. 1,800 metres left to go. Mangos will look to button it off now with Take Charge. A length and a half over Elliot Daniel. They're followed by Sky Art. Morris McKendry tucks into third, tracked up by stablemate Bride and Ideal. 3 lengths away, She Don't Love Me, a debutant by Better's Delight. On its back is GJ Sealstar, and 2 lengths Major Classic. 43 and 3 was the lead time. 1,500 metres left to go as they turn off the back and they work the showgrounds bend, and Take Charge leads Elliot Daniel. Sky Art third, a length and a half away in the field then to Bride and Ideal. Back third last as they've got 1,300 metres left to pace is She Don't Love Me. Comes away from the markers here now for Peter Ferguson. On its back is GJ Sealstar and Ivor Brownlee. Ivor looking for 2 training successes on the night tonight after taking the first leg of pick 6 with the Ruffy Charming Desire. And back last is Major Classic, being patiently handled by Philip Butcher. 33.8 was the opening quarter. Mangos getting away with cheap terms now in front over Elliot Daniel. Sky Art's come away from the inside to be parked. She Don't Love Me now gets 1-1 cover. Bride and Ideal 3 back on the inside. GJ Sealstar second last. Major Classic last as they put the stables behind them. Their final time tonight. 800 metres left to go. Jarvis Trading Mobile 31 and 6 is the second quarter, and Take Charge down the back leads by a length over Sky Art, and Elliot Daniels had a gorgeous run in transit. She Don't Love Me 1-1. Bride and Ideal all dressed up, nowhere to go. 3 back on the inside, then GJ Sealstar and Major Classic. He starts his bid for glory now at the 500. He's got 5 lengths to make up. The leader is Take Charge, a length and a half. Elliot Daniel. Sky Art just under pressure now third. She Don't Love Me comes out of the 1-1. That pushes out 4 wide coming to the corner. Major Classic, don't think he's doing enough out there. Major Classic back on the inside. Bride and Ideal homeward bound. Take Charge the quarter down the back. 29 and 2, a length and a half. Elliot Daniel. She Don't Love Me. Bride and Ideal and drive. Brent Mangos gets Take Charge in. It's a very tight photo second. Elliot Daniel, I think, will just get it. From on the outside, She Don't Love Me, then Bride and Ideal, Major Classic, GJ Sealstar. And the last horse to greet Judge Graham McLennan tonight will be Sky Art, 29 and 4 to 47.4. Aggressive out of the arm, then walked them, sprinted them home. Take Charge does the business in the last, and a Brent Vigil winner for these Auckland Trotting Club syndicates. Second, very tight, Elliot Daniel. She Don't Love Me. We'll leave that to Judge Graham McLennan. And then Bride and Ideal, who's debuted okay here for Sean Grayling in for a fourth. Jarvis Trading Mobile pace number 2.
Official placings now in race 10, the Jarvis Trading Mobile pace. 215, 367. 2:15.367. Horse 2, Take Charge, paced the 2200 metres in 2:47.50, a mile rate of 22.5. Last 858.6 and the 429.4. The margins won the quarter lengths, and O's 2.5 lengths. 2:15.367, race 10, the Jarvis Trading Mobile Pace.
Judge Graham McLennan's final call tonight on the Powell Transport 40th North Island Breeders' Stakes night, and on the program too for Sire Grin from ear to ear, taking race number 3 on the program with On Ice. Gareth Dixon, the trainer out of Pukekohe, and at his aggressive best, Brent Mangos, a lovely Mangos front-running drive, sees Take Charge home in the Jarvis Trading Mobile Pace. David Craig and the team from Jarvis Trading, they're part of the victory celebrations, along with Franklin Trotting Club committee man Graham Orff. Second over 1, Elliot Daniel, Live or Die. Sequita Bay, 6-year-old gelding, raced by B.Y. Lim and Mrs. D.M. Stewart. Richard Brosnan trained at Ardmore, and Richard doing the driving. And in for third was number 5, She Don't Love Me. Stephen Reid, Simon McMullen trained at Pukekohe, and Peter Ferguson doing the driving there on She Don't Love Me. Totes will be through shortly on the last. Up on our tally ticks, but we'll get them elsewhere. Here they come now. Number 2, Take Charge at $3 even and $1.50. 3 and $1.50. 1 Elliot Daniel, $6.60, $6.60. No third for the 5 She Don't. $657.20, $657.20. 5 and 2 in the double, $8.70, $8.70. 5 and 1 concession, $15.10, $15.10. And the treble, 4, 5 and 2, $78.60, $78.60. Quaddy tonight, 8, 4, 5 and 2, $344.50, $344.50. Place 6, 7, 5 and 2, 8, 1, 8, 4, 5 and 2, struck by 0.1 of a winning unit, and 10% of that 50,000 struck. So look out for a big pool next Friday night. Ladies and gentlemen, we will do it all again next Friday on the 6th of June. We look forward to seeing you there, but before then, big day of racing tomorrow down in the Waikato at Cambridge for Jules Day, Harness Jules Day. For all owners, trainers, breeders, punters, good luck for your charges tomorrow down there at Cambridge with the 9 Group 1s. Till we meet again, Aaron White bidding you all a very good evening.